I got a spot here that I'm trying to fix. I burned it with the buffer when I was buffing it. This paint's maybe 2 or 3 weeks old, but I buffed it a couple days ago, and I burned a spot here, and so I'm sanding it down to try to fix that. I know I sound funny because I got the mask on still because I just painted those fender parts here in the shop. Unfortunately, the battery on the camera glasses has died, and now I'm going to go back over this with some 1200, and I'll press just a little bit harder. Can't hold the flashlight on it though because I only got two hands. Now this tape right here is right on the edge, so that doesn't matter. This one's out here a little bit. So what I got to do now is peel this tape back. That one's right on the edge of the bag, and this is right on the bottom edge, right on top of the light. But these pieces here need to be peeled back so that we don't have a sharp tape edge on the paint. Peel it back a little bit like so for the color, and I'll just real lightly mist that color in there, then I'll peel this back a little bit more for the clear. Okay, now I'm ready to start spraying on this. I put the lighter blue color in here that's going on. Let's see if we can just... I'm just spraying some air on it. I'm going to adjust my gun. I can't do it. I need a third hand, so I got to set the camera down. Okay, I'm going to... That's all I want, just a real light mist. I do not want wet coats on this. I don't think I do. I'm not an expert painter. Got about 2 coats of clear on top of the base coat there, and getting ready to put a third coat on. I'll probably put about 5 coats on because I'm going to sand that down quite a bit. So I guess we can see some reflection in there. See me with my mask on. That's just a small piece there. I covered that with my hand. And I have 2 coats of clear on these fender parts. I'm going to go ahead and put 1 more coat of clear on these, and then a couple more on the little patch in the back there, because that needs to be sanded a lot. I just pulled the masking off, the tarp and everything I had on there, and looking at this spot here, got just a little bit of overspray on that lens there, but that'll come off with some thinner. looks pretty good to me as far as patching up that bad spot I had. I'm going to give that probably a week to dry. Don't need to be quite that long, but I'll.
It would have been better for the paint job if I had masked this whole back area here and just repainted the whole thing because it's a small area, but then I would not be able to do a video on how to repair a patch like that. Like if this had been on a quarter panel or a trunk lid of a car or something like that, then this is a way you could fix that if you don't need a perfect job and be able to get the job finished without repainting the whole thing, or if you're low on paint or something like that.
I'll give it that long and I'll sand that down and buff it out again. And there's an emblem that goes right over that. Got this little place where I burned it down here on the bottom. I got that patch all repaired. It's not a perfect job, but it's pretty well hidden. The camera's confused because of the reflection. It's kind of shiny there. It's kind of messing up. Anyway, I'm going to let this thing dry a few more days, probably a couple of more weeks before I put this sticker on there because of this two-sided tape that's in there. This thing goes on here, and I can there is a slight line on there where the paint is. I can kind of hide that just by picking. This thing was mounted about an inch off above the light and about 2 inches or an inch and a half from each one of these lines over here, but I may not put it exactly where it was in order to hide the wherever it's most obvious here. I'll probably do that outside in daylight so I can see better. Anyway, that is fixed, and yeah, I'm still waiting to put this one on the front fender. Front fender is now is painted and pretty shiny, and looking pretty good. That emblem goes here.